Okay, so there's a compelling theory that's really not even a theory anymore, that Donald Trump largely governs the United States based off of what he saw on TV, right? Pretty much anyone that worked with him in Trump 1.0, who wrote books about him and how awful he was, says that he's basically always on TV. He's always on his phone. He's always just chilling. And he doesn't really put a lot of thought into what he tweets as the most powerful man in the whole entire world, and probably all of history, right? As the modern president of the United States. And now he's gotten to his brain that, yo, bringing back Alcatraz, that would be cool. That would be sick, right? That would be sick. And now, as per usual, we all have to sit around and discuss the implications of that, right? As if it was a serious thing to come out of a serious man's mouth. So let's see.
Well, President Trump says he wants to reopen the notorious Alcatraz prison off the coast of California to house America's worst of the worst.
Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with the details. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning.
I just want to state really quickly that I have zero respect for this fool right here in the yellow tie. I don't respect any of them, but this guy particularly, for some reason, just don't respect him.
And guys, the president says he wants to reopen Alcatraz because he's frustrated with judges who have placed roadblocks on parts of his agenda, especially on immigration. The president saying on Truth Social, for too long, America has been plagued by vicious, violent, and repeat criminal offenders, the dregs of society who will never contribute anything other than misery and suffering.
Takes one to
That is
know
why
one.
today I am directing the Bureau of Prisons together with the Department of Justice, FBI, and Homeland Security to reopen a substantially enlarged and rebuilt Alcatraz to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders.
Okay, so number one, America has some of the scariest prisons in the whole world. Now, obviously, like the bar has been lowered, and we're comparing to like El Salvador, like the really gulagi places in the world. But it's not like prison is fun. Like anyone that's been there will tell you it sucks. like, and honestly, like the prisons in the United States are already too dark. They're too dark. Okay, like there's human rights violations in the prisons that we already have. So it's like why do we need to build more? Like, you mean, why do we need to build more? They're overcrowded, and that's probably why too. It's like our prison system is overcrowded to the point where you know the sentences are being factored into like how much space there is, because everything in this country is a crime apparently. um but I just don't see what the value is. And then also too, it's like Alcatraz is a museum. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it be more valuable for like tour dollars, right? Like, it's just vexing on so many levels. And then also, it's like, rebuild it. Can't we just build a different prison? Why does it have to be Alcatraz? Is it because it's surrounded by water, or is it because it's the one that you saw on TV, fool? Or is it because it was the one you saw on TV?
The president was pressed about this when he got back to the White House last night. Here's what he said.
Just an idea I've had, and I guess because the judges, so many of these
Uh,
radicalized
da-
judges,
Like, what?
they want to have trials for every single, think of it, every single person that's in our country illegally, that came in illegally. That would mean millions of trials, and it's just so ridiculous what's happening. And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz. It's a symbol of law and order.
Okay, so this is the most powerful and important man in the whole world, and they literally needed to skip through his rambling ass response just because there's like even our viewers can't pay attention to this. And also, by the way, the Fox people are spinning it as, you know, our worst homegrown criminals, but Donald Trump very explicitly said that he wants to send immigrants there with no due process. Um, Might be nice to follow up with him on that. I don't know.
Alcatraz was used as a maximum security federal prison for nearly 30 years. It housed several well-known criminals, including Al Capone and George Machine Gun Kelly. The prison was closed in
Lace up
1963
kills.
because it became too expensive to operate.
That's the other most ironic part about it, is like Trump is insisting that all of the government destruction that he is doing is in service of saving money, but this would only cost money. This would only cost more money. This would only cost cost more money and no one would even appreciate it. Like, you feel me? Like, this is a tiny island. Like, how many people can you even fit on there, dog? Like, if you're really trying to build a supermax prison, number one, we have them, but number two, why don't you build in like Nebraska, in the middle of a big field that nobody cares about? Like, you feel me? Just putting this on Alcatraz is just limiting your options, really.
Now, it's a popular tourist destination with more than 1 million visitors per year. Former
I
House
guess I
Speaker
can't
Nancy
go and visit
Pelosi
it
calls
now
the
because they're
president's
using it again.
proposal not a serious one. But is it even possible for Alcatraz to lose its designation as a historical landmark? Per the National Park Service's website, a property's historical designation can be considered for withdrawal at the request of the owner or the Interior Secretary, provided some criteria are met. Lawrence Ainsley and Brian.
All right. Thank you so much, Maddie.
All right.
He was talking about prices going down. He said grocery prices are down for oil, energy prices are down for.
They are kind of going down. Like, you know what I mean? Fair is fair. It's like they are, going down gradually, but not as much as he's saying. Like, the facts that he's spitting out aren't accurate. That's probably not surprising you.
Gas prices, gasoline is 1,000 times more important than a stroller because Kristen Welker said, well, stroller prices are down. He's like basically saying, are you crazy? You're focused on that and not the big picture of prices going down.
I kind of feel that way about him.
And again, it's like, oh, prices are going down. You realize there's an impending economic crisis happening right now. Like, we're really like speeding towards a wall here. Like, everything's about to go up. Like, and how is this even related to Alcatraz, the prison? What?
This morning, President Trump is directing the federal government to reopen Alcatraz, the notorious former prison on the San Francisco Bay known as The Rock, considered escape-proof and the subject of multiple Hollywood films.
No one has ever escaped from Alcatraz. I'm in. Me too. And no one ever will.
Trump says he wants to reopen and expand the prison to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders.
Just an idea I've had, and I guess because...
Just an idea you had? Can you be for real? Motherfucker, where'd you really get that idea? That ain't popping in your head by yourself. It just didn't. It just didn't.
The judges, so many of these radicalized judges...
And then again, it's like, why are you bringing up judges? Like, he wants to send the judges to Alcatraz. Like, that's what he wants to do. He wants to send his enemies to Gulag Island. And he's like, yo, this is a great plan. Yo, I used to wonder, it's like, yo, do politicians smoke weed? Like, does Donald Trump smoke weed? He has to. Because that's the only way that you would come up with this idea, fool.
They want to have trials for every single, think of it, every single person that's in our country illegally, that came in illegally. That would mean millions of trials.
It comes after a new interview, which the president said he does not know whether every person in the U.S. is entitled to due process.
Yeah, I'm the president of the United States. It's my job to uphold the law. I don't know if every single person should be subject to the process where we decide if you're breaking the law. I just kind of do whatever I want. That's just what I do as the president of the United States. You elected twice.